You should signal when you are about to drive in reverse. True. When changing lanes, you must signal 30 meters before the point that the lane change is made. False. When passing through an intersection with poor visibility, you should sound the horn as much as possible in order to avoid danger. False. When the following sign is posted, you can change lanes as indicated by the arrow. False. You must not attempt to overtake a vehicle ahead by crossing into the center line when this action may impede the vehicle ahead or oncoming traffic. True. Although overtaking is prohibited in a tunnel where no traffic lanes are provided, overtaking is not prohibited in a tunnel where traffic lanes are provided. True. When the pictured sign is posted on a road having a width less than 6 meters but good visibility, you may overtake, but should cross into the right lane only as far as necessary. False. When being overtaken by another vehicle, you must not accelerate but have no particular obligation to yield to the vehicle, even when there is no sufficient width to overtake safely. False. When driving on an uphill slope, you should use your handbrake in a four-wheeled vehicle and your rear brake on a motorcycle. True. When two vehicles are passing on a narrow road, one side of which is the edge of a cliff, the vehicle nearest the edge must stop to allow the oncoming vehicle to pass. True. When driving at night, you should pay attention to the taillights and brake lights of the vehicle ahead. True. Whenever you park or stop your vehicle on ordinary roads, you must turn on hazard flasher, parking light, or taillight. True. When approaching an intersection or curve with poor visibility at night, you should switch your headlights upwards or flash them to warn other drivers and pedestrians. True. You should test the brakes after passing through a deep puddle since the brakes sometimes lose their effectiveness. True. When your brakes are not working on a downward slope, you should downshift while stepping off the accelerator to reduce the speed of your vehicle, and pull the handbrake. True. When the vehicle's rear wheels begin to slide to the right while driving, you should turn the steering wheel to the left. False. When the crossing bar at a railroad crossing rises, you may cross the railroad without stopping, provided that traffic is moving smoothly. False. At a railroad crossing with a traffic signal, you may cross the railroad without stopping or checking that the way is safe when the signal is green. False. The designated maximum speed for large cargo is 80 km per hour on national expressways. True. The maximum speed designated for regular cars with an engine of 660 cc or less is 80 km per hour on main through lanes of national expressways. False. For safe driving on the main through lanes, you should use the white line on the left side of your lane as guide and stay a little left of the center of the lane on which you are traveling. True. When parking on an expressway is unavoidable due to vehicle breakdown, you must park on a shoulder or side strip of sufficient width. True. When parking on side strip is unavoidable due to vehicle breakdown on an expressway, you must turn on hazard flasher, parking light, or tail light even during the daytime, and also place a triangle reflector to the rear of your vehicle when visibility is reduced to less than 200 meters. True. When merging into the main through lane of an expressway from an acceleration lane, you should accelerate to a sufficient speed in the acceleration lane before merging into the main through lane so as not to impede the passage of vehicles in the main through lane. True. When driving at high speeds during rainy conditions, a layer of water builds between the rubber tires of the vehicle and the road surface. This leads to the loss of traction, preventing the vehicle from responding to control inputs such as steering or braking. True. Motorcyclists may not use sidewalks or crosswalks, even when pushing their motorcycles with the engine off. False. A general motorized bicycle operator must make a two-step turn when turning right at a traffic signal intersection having 3 or more lanes in the same direction. True. Motorcycles require the same driving skills as four-wheeled vehicles to perform basic driving operations, such as stopping and rounding curves. False. When selecting a large motorcycle or regular motorcycle, your toe should touch the ground when you are seated. False. When braking a motorcycle, you should employ engine braking and apply both front and rear brakes simultaneously, while maintaining an upright posture and not turning the front wheel. True. Riding double is not permitted on motorcycles with no passenger seat or general motorized bicycles. True. Double riding is prohibited on the road posted with the following sign. True. Double riding on an expressway, excluding some motorways, is permitted. If you must be at least 20 years of age and have possessed a large motorcycle license or regular motorcycle license for a total of 3 years or more. True. If you are confident in your driving skills, you are permitted to ride double on an ordinary road even if the period of holding regular motorcycle license is less than 1 year in total. False. When riding double on a motorcycle, the passenger may move contrary to the motorist's wishes, making it difficult for the motorist to turn as intended. True. When riding double on a motorcycle, the motorist must be aware that the passenger's movement is slower than that of the motorists, making it more difficult to avoid dangers. True. When towing a disabled vehicle with a rope, you must keep the distance from a towing vehicle to the towed vehicle within 5 meters and attach a red cloth of at least 30 square centimeters to the rope. False. When involved in a collision with utility pole or a street tree, you need not notify the police. False. Witnesses at the scene of a traffic accident must assist in giving aid to injured parties and in moving vehicles involved in the accident. True. Motorized vehicles, excluding special small-size motor vehicles and motorized vehicle, must be registered and must bear identification plates. True. Since there is less wind resistance the more you lean forward on a motorcycle, it is easier to operate a motorcycle when leaning far forward. True. Motorcyclists should keep both knees open wide with their toes pointed outward. False. A person who has held a large-size motorcycle license or standard motorcycle license for less than a year may not take a passenger on a motorcycle. True. Double riding is prohibited on the road posted with the following sign. True. Double riding on an expressway, excluding some motorways, is permitted. If you must be at least 20 years of age and have possessed a large motorcycle license or regular motorcycle license for a total of 3 years or more. True. When riding double on a motorcycle, the motorist must be aware that the passenger's movement is slower than that of the motorists, making it more difficult to avoid dangers. True. When towing a disabled vehicle with a rope, the overall distance from the front of the towing vehicle and the rear of the vehicle being towed must not exceed 20 meters. True. Regular cars are allowed to tow up to 2 disabled vehicles. True. When you have witnessed a hit-and-run accident, you should help the victim and report the license plate number, type, color, or any other features of the vehicle that you have noticed. True. The numbers on an inspection sticker fixed to the windshield of an ordinary motor vehicle indicate the date for the next inspection. True.